that brings us to Asta's next transformation, Devil Union. Okay, so after Yami was taken by the Dark Triad, Asta became desperate to grow stronger. That's when Noct appeared and introduced him to the Devil Binding Ritual. After undergoing the ritual, Asta did something that basically never existed before in the Black Clover world. He formed an equal contract with a devil. You see, instead of creating the usual master-servant relationship, Asta and Libe forged a partnership where neither had dominance over the other. This allowed both of them to grow insanely stronger together. Soon after, they began training, and after roughly 3 days, which honestly is an incredibly short amount of time to master something completely unknown, they eventually achieved a synchronized union powerful enough to be activated at will. However, because they had only just unlocked it, they could maintain this power for only around 5 minutes. Unlike Asta's previous devil-related forms, this transformation completely changes his entire body rather than just certain parts. He gains a full set of devil traits, including wings, horns, a tail, and a sleek-looking set of armor, making it his most complete transformation up to that point. But despite the strict time limit, the feats Asta achieved in this form were on a completely different level. He decapitated an ancient demon threatening the Clover Kingdom, then traveled all the way to the Spade Kingdom, where he sliced the fused Supreme Devils Lilith and Nama in half. He also destroyed Lucifero's incomplete vessel, and even after suffering severe injuries that Mimosa couldn't fully heal, he re-entered the battlefield to fight against the full power of Lucifero's half-manifestation. And the craziest part, Asta's anti-magic was the only power capable of making Lucifero bleed, something that not even all of the Magic Knight captains combined were able to accomplish. At this point, it was more fair to say that Asta had already surpassed the Magic Knight captains. But that's still not enough, because after this, Asta unlocked True Devil Union. During the same fight against Lucifero, Asta and Libe were pushed into a corner, as their basic Devil Union wasn't even close to matching Lucifero's overwhelming power. But in that moment of absolute hopelessness, Asta entered Libe's consciousness and witnessed his tragic past, including the life Libe had lived, the death of Lisita, and the shocking truth that Lisita was their shared mother. Realizing they shared the same grief and had the same hatred for Lucifero, the two finally forged a bond of true brotherhood, perfectly syncing their souls. And that's when they unlocked True Devil Union, where Asta achieved 100% emotional synchronization with Libe. Now, when it comes to appearance, it's almost identical to his basic Devil Union, with one striking difference. Asta now has 5 black horns instead of 4. That extra horn carries a huge amount of symbolic weight. Since Lucifero himself only has 4 horns, the appearance of a 5th symbolizes that Asta and Libe have reached a level of power that surpasses even the king of the underworld. However, Asta could initially maintain this transformation for only 5 seconds, but what he accomplished in those 5 seconds is absolutely insane. In that brief moment, Asta kicked Lucifero straight in the face, sending him flying. Then, using the Demon Slasher Katana, he sliced Lucifero clean in half, completely destroying him. And remember, before this, no one had even managed to scratch Lucifero. Not Yuno, not a single Magic Knight captain. In fact, even the combined efforts of everyone on the battlefield weren't enough to leave a single mark on him. Yet Asta defeated him in just 5 seconds. That's the level of power we're talking here. But this form did have one small drawback. It came with a strict time limit. During his fight against Lucifero, because Asta was already completely exhausted, he could only maintain True Devil Union for 5 seconds. However, under normal conditions, he can keep this transformation active for around 5 minutes.